There's one.
I'd like to call, well, we're gonna do the prayer first, we'll call. Lord Jesus, we come to you this day. We ask you to guide us in the county's business. Bless the troops all over the world. In Jesus' name, we pray, amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to call the Grant County Drainage Board meeting to order, March 10th, 2026. Approval of minutes. Need a motion?
Motion to approve the minutes from the February 24th, 2026 meeting.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. I got you, Kenny. The claims. We'll move to next. Chronicle Tribune, $53.02 for Bellevue Tile. $875.55 in the red. You want to address that one first, since the other ones ain't in the red? Let's just read them all.
Doesn't matter, do them all.
Okay. And then Chronicle Tribune for $27.03, Crane Pond. And the fund has $68.72 in it. Chronicle Tribune for $23.91, Crane Pond. The fund has $68.72 in the fund. Cates Brothers, $5.75, Sims Franklin. The fund has $36,149.18 in the fund. Bragg Excavating, $3,800 for the, help me out with this name, Mary. Cleopas and Haynes. The fund has $25,103.56 in it. And the Grant County Treasurer, $32.23, loan from the GDIF to maintenance.
You want to do Cook Excavating below that?
No,
couldn't
Kenny
do this
got
first.
to stay on it.
Does anybody like to see any claims?
When will the Bellevue get out of the red?
This year. Shelby.
Bellevue, when will it get out of the
When
red?
will it get out of the red? Did it collect this
I
year?
think in the fall.
I think it pulls in 1,200 a year, something of that nature.
It'll be out by.
Okay.
Did we increase that,
Last meeting.
Yes.
but it won't collect till next year?
Yep.
Okay.
So why two on Crane Pond?
What
Huh?
do you ask?
Why two claims on Crane Pond?
Notice of public hearings. One of them, we have to have a meeting before the public hearing. We have to have one to join the two drains. And then we have to have another one to raise the rate on that drain, because it'll become, the two drains become one.
Are there not two separate accounts right now?
Right now they are, but they will be joined after.
Right, but,
When you approve it,
okay,
then it'll become one.
okay.
And then we'll have a hearing on
And
it.
there's only $68 in the two of them?
No, the one has 8,700.
Where are you looking at?
Crane Pond one has 87.
Oh, I was just taking it out of that. I didn't, it'll,
I guess it don't matter.
you know,
Okay.
all of it'll
As long as
mesh
it
at the
passes.
end. If you guys approve it, it'll all become
Okay.
one.
Okay, I need a motion.
Second. Did you second, didn't you?
No, you need a motion still.
Need a motion.
Make a motion to approve the Bellevue Tile, Crane Pond, Sims Franklin, Cleopas, and the loan from the GDIF.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to Cook's Excavating, $1,150 for Pipe Creek. The fund has $140,301.33 in the fund.
Also, Cook's Excavating for $1,840 for Pipe Creek, and Cook Excavating for $1,725 for Pipe Creek. The fund has $140,301.33 in the fund.
Is that for log jams cleared out?
Well, and cleaning up, log jams that were previously taken out to dry to burn.
Okay,
Move we pay these 3 claims for Cook Excavating.
second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Kenny's
He
abstaining.
abstains.
Yeah, Kenny abstained. Okay, we'll move on to old business. Say it again for me, Mary.
Philippus and Haynes.
Well, I wanna hear him say it, it's funny.
Clearison Haynes update.
The estimate that Bragg gave to replace 200 feet of 8-inch tile was not necessary. The blockage was further downstream than that, so we had to jet in from 2 different directions. We put another riser on the end of the east and west part so you could access it easier to go east and west. We do believe, we just got it open yesterday. They had to run the jetter up and down the lines a couple times to get the debris to move on. I did inspect the tile further down in town, found a manhole, and it's open and running water at grade at that point. So
Which one which town?
Sims.
Sam.
Yeah, the 3,800 up there in the first batch is for the removal of the 2 trees that we had removed. And then his bill is going to be different than what he estimated because we had to go at it a different direction than what this was entailing.
So why, you said 2 trees, are the trees off of it now?
Those 2 trees there are 2 more trees further downstream, the next block. They're further from the tile, but they did hit some obstruction when they were jetting through there. I don't know if it will continue. There are numerous trees on that line that could have roots in there that could be causing a problem. It's going to need more money in the future. I would like to approach it with a yearly or every other year going in there with a jetter and just blast it open before it plugs up and makes a problem. Because relaying the line, you got gas line, fiber optics, it's be expensive to relay the line. So I think maintaining it with a jetter on occasion instead of waiting for it to plug up would be the approach to go at it.
How much was it cost to get a jetted on roughly? Just
$600.
Okay,
Would be my quick guess.
okay.
So like on that deal, like with the limit, like the $4,000 limit or whatever you have, can you just go in there and do that every year? Every fall, or do we gotta prove it?
No, you can do it just how it is.
It's under 4,000.
Yeah, that'd be great.
With the jetter working and him having more reach now, I think a few of the tile would be advantageous to approach that way. Even the Bellevue that we just opened up, if we go in there, maybe not next year, but the next 2 years, just jet it open, knock out the little ones before they become a problem. Because if we start taking down trees, we'll be taking down trees everywhere. I've been in Herbst, Sims, Jonesboro. I mean, there's trees within 10 feet of the tile almost everywhere. I mean, I could keep going down the list of county tile that have trees next to them.
So if we put manhole in Bellevue, who pays for that?
The
Is that out of the
maintenance,
maintenance fund or that highway department?
the maintenance fund would. But it's
So it's on the tile.
yeah.
Because they need that too.
That's the one in Jonesboro, right?
Yeah. If the southern, there's 2 east and west lines on the Bellevue. The southern one we jetted open and got open this year. The northern one does need a couple access points put in where it can be jetted.
Wow,
But we should be able to go at the end of it and get a end run, maybe one in the center. But it does have a junction where the east and west meets the north and south. There is a manhole there. They could get in and jet upstream from there. So
I had sent a letter to the mayor, but I never got a response, and that was October.
But now we're ready that we can, as soon as we can get
when we get
enough some money in there, that we can get at least maybe one set, then go back and set another one or
Yeah.
whatever.
I mean, the people on the Bellevue, the ones that I talked to, they were in favor of raising it. They had some issues on that northern line, so get the money in there and do it when we get in.
Okay, we're gonna move on to the Simmons tile discussion, $54.25 in the maintenance fund.
This is the one with, Joe Sewer.
Yeah.
Kenny, you wanted me to put this on the agenda?
I got,
I talked to Joe.
It's in all your packets.
yeah,
Yeah, Joe's there.
there's Joe.
Joe took that tile over there, that Simmons tile, he took it onto the state road. But the state highway's coming through right now. There's Joe. Him explain
Yeah,
to you. Had Joe explain.
Yeah, and
Okay, Kenny,
the
hang
next
on.
page
Go ahead, Jeff.
from the church.
Oh, yeah,
What he was saying.
this is what, we put in that tile, and I guess we put it in originally why they had so much money, and so they wanted, the highway department was gonna put it that you paved Wheeling Pike, and they wanted to get that on the Wheeling, and they're gonna do 700. Well, they had so much money, so they're gonna do so much of it, and I think Phil come up there and talked to some guy at the, if they didn't, they didn't have enough money, that they would go ahead and pay for all of it, and then they would, as the county got the money, they reimburse them, and then they got come back and they got, I think $85,000 in some funds they got to help pay part of it. So it looks like I think $38,000 left to do all of it. And we kind of looked at it as if we didn't do it all and get it done with, it's waste our time on thing because you didn't get to where the problem was. And so I thought they had it all decided was going to do all that anyway. But anyway, we ran it up to the 26th, and and it left like $38,000 left. And then when we dug up, looked up underneath the road, the tile was all breaking down. So we had caught David White, and David White knew a guy. We called him, and he happened to be on Upstate Road 18, and he came up and looked at it. We gave him all the photographs and everything. So we got to work on that, and this May or June, the state's going to put the highway, a 30-inch tile across the road. And then Phil was talking about he'd like to add some more on, but to go on up to the field because there's another tile up there that comes off and goes down behind what used to be the restaurant over there, and it's still bad up in part of that part of it. But most of the water comes right from the interstate in that area right there where it goes to 26. In fact, after we got it all in, they had a flood that year, and they pretty well took care of most of the water. So it's done real well. So.
Do you have a bill that has the total expense or what your total expense was?
I didn't make a bill out on it just because they didn't have the money. But anyway, there was, we write it down there. There was 492 feet of 30 inches that they had to finish up from the money they had. And that left $36,900 for what was left on it. So I hadn't made out a bill for it yet because they didn't have the money. So, and then I talked to Marion and I talked to Kenny the other day, and he thought I need to come up there and explain to the rest of the boys what was going on. So everybody was on the front page.
So you got to the south side of 26, or north side of 26.
We got to the north side of 26.
And they're gonna cut 26 and fix it
Yes,
to the south side.
they're going to fix it to the other side.
So, but there's no money in the fund.
No, they would take in about $25,000 a year. And when they borrowed some of the money before, they had $25,000, and I think they borrowed $25,000 for the next year, and then this year paid it off, so they wouldn't get another $25,000 until another year or so. It's going to take time to pay it off, but we kind of looked at if we didn't do it, it'd be 10 years and you'd still be fighting the same thing. Wouldn't go be anything. So and that's why Phil come up here and they got the extra money. But then he also had talked to them about if they didn't want to pay it, they'd pay it, and so they get some relief of it, and they could pay it back later. So
Well, you got approximately $1,000 bringing it to where it's at out of the fund.
yes,
But there wasn't the Simmons Tile Fund.
They didn't have any money in the style fund, they didn't have any money, so they hadn't got the 85,000. They wouldn't have got maybe half of it done, so. So it worked out good for that part of it, and stuff. At least we got it up to the road, so where the water comes, and it just has been working and taking care of everybody. So otherwise it didn't do anything.
But you're wanting to draw how much money? The fund doesn't have any money, basically.
I understand it. Didn't come for any money, just told, we just want to get on the agenda. When they get some money, they can pay the bill. And like that's $36,900. So that's going to be a couple years down the road. No big deal. It wasn't a big deal. I just want to make sure, I might not live here long enough. And I want to talk to Mary a little bit. Everybody's on the right page, and Phil came up all the time talking to you. So,
So 36,900 is what you say is the difference from what you've been paid and what you
Yes.
have coming to you.
I wouldn't come and asking for the money, just so you know.
Well,
To be aware that it's owed.
That's all.
So the tile's in and we still owe him that much money then?
Yes.
Okay. But the Simmons tile's not all replaced yet then?
Oh, no.
Okay. So how much is left? We just gotta go from 26 south?
Well,
It probably goes,
3 miles,
no, it didn't go that far. Probably goes about a little over a mile and a half, somewhere down there.
you go to 1050.
It turns and goes back around and comes across 700 again, and then comes back on the east side of the road and comes around.
Okay.
So it doesn't quite go all the way the other direction. So,
Hazel, who was the guy down to very far southern part?
Hazel Baker.
Hazel Baker.
Yeah, part of his got cut off though, didn't it? And going another direction, taking it south now.
Well, I don't think this goes that way.
But that just,
The guy across the street had his come that way. Cox came that way, and they cut his off so he wouldn't go that way. The Hazel Baker still went that direction.
Probably.
That's how far to go.
just on the flat ground where them won't go very good.
Yeah.
So is this 223,000? That's what we paid, you got paid them, Mary, for this Simon's Tile?
23, 649.52.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we got paid for it, on it.
That, you already got paid for
We got paid
that?
that, yes.
And we still owe you another, how much?
36,900.
That's telling you've already got in.
We already have it in, yes. Yeah, if we didn't get it in, they wouldn't going to get any drainage out of it at all. I mean, and if we went, and we hadn't got the 85,000, and we hadn't done it all, it'd be another 10 years getting it in. So you just, and the town just kept breaking down every year, so.
I know.
Yeah, to start with, we had Joe doing so much footage that was in the fund to get across Wheeling Pike because the highway department was gonna pave it. And then they were gonna pave 700 too, and Joe volunteered to go on across and put in the more acreage or more footage, knowing that there wasn't enough in the fund at that time, so.
I hate, I want Joe to get his money, but he may have to wait.
Well, I think he said like,
That's not a problem.
You just
That's
said,
not a problem. I've done that before with somebody. It's not a problem. We knew this going up front,
okay.
But I just wanted, Mary and everybody was on the same page, because I never come out and talked to him. Phil came up to him. And when I talked to her about, she wasn't quite clear about it, and then she talked to Kenny, and Kenny, he wasn't sure about it. So that, well, come to the board meeting. He said, well, come today, and so he explained why everybody was on the same page, so everybody knows what it is,
Well, like now, Joe, we do it, we just ask you to come before you do something, to come to us and
We
let
thought it
us.
was all done before because they
No, I
kept,
understand, I wasn't here, I'm just saying now how we do it, we like to know before you do it.
So I think we knew
Oh, you did?
we wasn't gonna be enough money.
Okay.
So do we need to make a motion so that when this thing collects, he can get paid in the fall right away? And that way this is taken care of for this year?
Well, wouldn't be enough to take care of, right?
He can get paid to 25,000, whatever that Simmons ditch has been,
they
right?
don't get any money this year. This money is already spent for this year, so it's gonna be next year before you get any money. And I know this up front, so I mean, it's
Well,
no
but
big
it
deal.
collects in April or May, right?
But
But
they,
it's still in the red.
that's already spent. That was spent on the first money, they borrowed money to get that, so that money's already
We
spent, so.
used plenty advance to go ahead and do his
It's not the
work.
red. I think he's,
But at the end of 26, it'll have a little over 25,000 in it, right?
If it's collecting, yes.
Yes, well, I assume it's collecting because
It should
it
be.
shuts off at 103,000,
Yeah.
looks like. and it's supposed to bring in $25,912.25 this year.
It should be.
So I guess what I'm asking, to clean up 25,000 of that, of what we owe Joe, can we make a motion now? And then in November, if the bill's submitted and he gets that 25 of that 36?
I don't think they have the money until next year. It's gonna be a 27.
But do you wanna collect part of it when we have it?
That won't be, you won't get the money till 27.
No, we get 26.
You think you'll get,
We'll get some of it 26.
I didn't think they'd get any money until 27, so.
When do we get money?
This year,
Yeah, we get,
if I'm showing right,
My understanding, that money is
Fall
already spent.
26.
it's been paid back. That's what I'm trying to say. In the spring of 25, we got 17.5, and then we received that.
Yeah, I think it's in the black also. I think it's in the good now.
so what you're saying, that thing, the Simmons borrowed 20-something or some money from the drill drainage fund.
Mhm.
And it's paid back that drill drainage fund amount, right?
That loan's been satisfied.
Okay, so the what is collected in
I believe
26
Will be to the black.
will be to the black, and that is Joe's money.
My only hesitation would be then this fund has nothing. I would rather give him 20 and save 5 for the fund in case it needs it there at the road.
That's fine with me.
It's not
And
gonna pay
then
him
we'll have
off,
another 16,000.
but then we can finish
27.
him off with one more payment then.
Okay,
That way the
so
fund-
can you go ahead and get us a bill in?
Okay, you want it for 20,000?
Yeah,
Well, just for the whole amount, and then.
No, do the whole amount.
Okay, you want the whole amount?
Pay what
Okay.
we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
all right.
And then the following year,
Now, each collection, like in the spring, can I pay a certain amount, and then in the fall pay?
Yeah, because you don't want to run that fund dry, right?
Not totally dry. I
Well, no,
prefer not
but
to.
like,
Yeah.
in the spring, it brings in about,
well, if it brings 25,
Bring
roughly
12,000.
12,
it'll bring in about 17.4. So then go ahead and pay him, what,
10.
10, 13,
Yeah.
something?
He just wants to
And
get
then
in
in
line
the
and get his
fall, it
money.
brings in.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I don't believe me either.
I'm just glad he works with us.
Yeah.
One thing I would look about the drainage board is that
Brings in 77.
most of the water that we get into on that tile comes from State Road 26, so there wasn't very much water. If you had to drain what was on north of that, you would have much of anything. That all comes from, from the state road, and all that comes like from the interstate. We did a tile on the other side of the interstate, and it was like a 2-foot tile there, and a couple other tiles, and so we put a 4-foot tile in there. We put it in, and that night it came a big rain, and we went out there at midnight. We said gravel up there. And it was going through that so fast, and we was gonna run over. And we went back and put a 7-foot tile in that drain.
10 in the spring.
It was nothing but like a waterway, but when the rains came, all that water run off on the interstate, and it just made it, you can't believe how much water came down there. And I would look at maybe
Make a
that
stipulation.
when they talk about assessment, they ought to try to get assessed more to the state. Here, several years ago, we was down on Madison County, and I think they assessed the state like 3 times what everybody else. They complained about, but they paid the bill. But most of the water comes from them. When we got done with the tile, they'd already had a problem. They was down there from State Highway, digging that out so they'd get more water in there.
There's
Also,
an issue between.
So we need a motion on this?
Not until we get a bill.
Well, get us a bill, then we'll make a
okay,
motion.
we'll do that for you.
Okay, thank you, Joe.
Hey, thank you guys for your time.
Joe.
You guys have a good day.
Joe, you got my email
We
address?
knew,
Probably
I
not.
don't know how much money he's getting coming when we
Yeah.
get it.
They changed their email, I'm not sure. No,
Hey, Doug,
yeah,
Joe,
Yeah.
the grantcounty.in.gov. Okay?
Joe, we're supposed to pass on to you. Kenny said he appreciates you coming.
Hey, Kenny, you have a good day. Think about us poor people out here in cold weather.
he explained it better.
Thank you guys for your time.
Thanks.
Thank you.
you.
Okay, we're moving on to new business. Johanna Creek, Thomas, Say request. I might have said it all wrong, sir, so you have to help me.
My name's Tom Heemstra. I'm looking for some residential tile in my Fox Station home. The house is about 22 years old, and I've lived there. I lived there 10 years, and it's just been progressively getting worse. They a wonderful house, but they cut some corners. They didn't put any tile there, and it seems like all the soil is just packed clay. This time of year, spring, the water just sits there and percolates and festers and with mold, mildew, and fungus, and every year for my wife and I, it just gets worse. And so I honorably request that I can put 200 feet of tile to add to that watershed that goes behind my house.
And what, you gave us a thing here, but is the blue what you're talking about, or the red?
Which house is yours? The blue one?
Blue one.
The one in blue, outline in blue.
Outline in blue.
You guys got pictures, I don't.
Oh.
Can I see that?
You want a copy of what I gave him?
So you're wanting us to put tile from Josiah Creek up to your house?
No, I just want to do it myself.
Oh, you want to do it yourself?
Cost you no money at all. I just looking to make my house healthier. And no.
So he just wants to work in our easement and hook onto our drain?
The Josiah tile, where the red line makes the loop, that white line coming in from the right-hand side, that's a submerged Josiah tile. It comes into that pond, and then it goes out of the pond and discharges into the Josiah tile at that point. But the lake is the Josiah watershed.
Mm-hmm.
I guess my question would be, where do you plan to discharge the water?
There's currently some tile in there. My neighbor put in, the previous neighbor, Kevin Pressler, about, I don't know, 8 years ago or so.
To the east of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Is that the white line between your two properties?
Yes, exactly. And I like to just tie into that. But it's my front yard mainly that's bad. The rear, I mean, I'm on the highest point of Fox Station, and the water eventually goes down there. You can see it meandering there. I just want to get it to a quicker, more logical way of getting to where it needs to go. And yeah, tying in there. And there's actually some tile to the west of me as well that I put in there at the same time. I helped Mr. Pressler put in that in the east, and we put some at the west as well, just about 100 feet, just to drain some of that sloping down. So anyway, I want to tie it to the eastern one on one side, 100 feet, and then just on the western side with 100 feet, tying into the other one.
Which is east? This
Yes,
is?
yeah, yes. I'm guessing that's the tile line, that white line.
Okay.
And then there's another line right there.
So you want to put it in at your expense?
Yes, sir. That's all. I called and just for permission. They said I had to come to this forum in order to get permission for it. And that's
What size are you gonna put in, do you know?
4-inch.
That'll be sufficient to solve your problem?
Yes, sir.
You don't have any water coming across the road into your yard, do you?
No.
I don't know if that's
Probably not.
contributing to your problem or not.
Falls off on the other side pretty fast.
Plus, that's all clay out there too, so
I used to
probably when they build it, they just didn't really haul enough top dirt in there. Because, grass will absorb more than anything. Grass absorbs more water than anything.
Yeah, I mean, I think a rabbit would have to pack a lunch to get across my yard.
Yeah.
It doesn't, nothing really grows. I've worked hard at trying to get some grass to grow there, but trust me, it's just nothing but packed clay from inch one. So
Well, I move that we allow him to put tile into drainage yard at his expense to hook into the Josiah tile.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
All right.
Motion carries.
Good luck.
thank you, gentlemen. Lincoln.
Thank
Do you need me for anything else? Okay, thank you. Good, Mayor.
I used to farm that, it's pretty tough, wet.
Okay,
Okay, we got that taken care of.
we're gonna move on to the Winters Land and Loan Company drain. Ruby
Up to the,
Buckley,
yes, yeah, there's a one for you.
request to vacate. This is a petition from Gas City Redevelopment.
So, my name's Rudy Bugdabine. I'm with Randall Miller and Associates, Surveying and Engineering. Here representing Jason Miller, who's a Gas City, city engineer in the Gas City Redevelopment Commission. We're requesting, the vacation of the J. Winters drain, a public hearing to vacate the drain, through the property, that's just to the east of 600 East. Currently, that property is owned by the Gas City Redevelopment Commission, and they're requesting vacation of the J. Winters drain through that property.
So Gas City owns it.
Yes.
Do they own the east part on 69?
No, it's owned by the, I think it's the American Legion owns that.
Well, the American Legion owns, you asked about the east side, right?
Yeah.
Owns the west side. And on the east side, it just says KB Corp.
East side across the road.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we don't own that, no.
And there's American Legion.
Okay.
So Rudy, when you talk about vacating it, where would the American Legion and the east side of 69 drain to?
So there's a development that's proposed development coming into that site, and so they will facilitate drainage for that as part of the development plan for that area.
Where's it gonna hook into? What's the watershed that's in?
It's going to go downstream, then it comes across 600, and it will hook to the Heimlich regulated tile on the west side of 600. So whatever they develop would be dumping into the Heimlich regulated drain.
And then what's the other open ditch?
Long branch.
Long Branch.
It goes by the highway department there on 22.
Long Branch needs a lot of work too.
Long Branch needs
Yeah,
to
we're
go
getting
to.
ready, remember, we're getting ready to.
Okay, so on this, Raymond, do we have to have a public hearing and vacate it?
Yeah.
Okay, and then do you have to see the plans to, I guess my concern is the Legion and the east side 69, who approves where they get hooked in at if we vacate it? Do you have to, can we make it so you have to approve of it?
If you vacate it, we're out of it. It's left up to Gas City.
Well, part of that development on the west side of 69, there's a ditch there, runs behind the fast foods and crosses 35.
That's Long Branch.
No, that's not the Long Branch.
Stevens.
The Stevens?
The Stevens. And we gave it to them.
We already vacated it.
Haven't maintained it. It's very bad shape.
The Stevens.
Yeah,
Just south of car care option there.
yeah.
So I guess my concern about vacating it and is, who's held liable? You're working with a government entity, which, whatever. But I guess to protect American Legion and the east side 69, who is responsible for protecting them if we vacate it since they're already on
Nobody.
the tile?
That would be the reason for the public hearing, is to give them an opportunity to voice their objection to it. If they were,
If we vacate it, we're gonna,
Yeah.
if those
they're on
individuals,
their own.
if those individuals were to present themselves strong enough to the drainage board to convince the drainage board not to vacate it.
So I guess my question for you then, Rudy, is do we get the opportunity to see where they're going to be hooked in at before we vote to vacate it? Because here's where I'm at. I have trouble giving up something. I think our job is to protect the Legion and protect the east side 69.
Absolutely.
And so it's hard for me to vacate it and not going through one yet, to vacate it and to trust that it's going to be done right.
Yeah. I would say we would have a plan for how that's gonna be taken care of that we can present to you guys. I know the development is in progress, so I mean, there's not there's nowhere near like a civil set of plans or anything like that, but to facilitate, taking care of the Legion, I think that we can present that at the public hearing, to give you guys some assurances that it'll be taken care of.
Now where you guys are gonna drain off to though? Whatever you're putting in there.
Yeah, I'm not sure of that because I don't have those development plans, but I think again, at the public hearing, we can address those issues, along with whatever, issues that the Legion may have as well, that we can be addressed, all those things at the public hearing. I think right now we're requesting, the public hearing, to be set and then get some of these issues addressed at that hearing and make sure you guys are okay with what their plan is going to be and how that water is going to be taken care of.
Okay.
There's a solar unit
It has nothing to do with solar, so. Except that the solar is going to go into the property across the road, across 600, where the Heimlich goes through. And if you develop that area and make the runoff come stronger, the Heimlich may not be sufficiently sized to handle the. Yeah, and I think the development plan is going to require them to not have any additional runoff more than they have now. So I mean, the retention, the design, they'll have to retain. They'll be required to have no additional runoff more than they have now. That's the civil requirement for the site. So when they develop the plans, they will, submit the required detention, whatever the water needs, that it won't leave anymore. In fact, I think that they'll have to actually reduce the amount that leaves that it does now. So, and they're not gonna be able to drain more water than drains now. So, and the solar people are out there this week. They've been mapping out the Heimlich. They should have a pretty good report from 600 over to Long Branch on what the condition of the Heimlich is. By the time we ever get to a public hearing, they'll have a determination of the quality of that tile. And again, I would say that this development's not going to discharge any more water. So whatever that condition is, this development's not going to contribute more water than it does right now.
Yeah.
Question, is Randall Miller associated in any way with the solar planning so that you both work together?
I don't have any connection with the solar.
Okay.
Well, isn't Jason the surveyor for Gas City or the?
Jason's the city engineer.
So he's involved.
I'm sure that they're aware of what's going on.
Well, that way you both know.
Yes.
Both parties knew what's going on.
Well, I'm sure as this development goes forward that we'll be connecting with each other. Absolutely. But it's not, again, you're concerned of putting more water into that drain. That's not going to happen.
Okay.
It can't, I mean, per the regulations of state regulations for drainage, we can't discharge more than it's discharging right now. So whatever the development turns out to be, they'll have to retain their water and then release it at the same rate that it's being released at now.
So do you guys have a flood plan or can't think what the word is. The landowners in this watershed.
Assessment roll? Yes, assessment roll.
You have assessment ready?
Yep.
So Mayor, we just need
We just need a motion
for
to have
a public hearing. When can we have the public hearing, Mayor? You got dates?
What is this?
That's the assessment roll.
Okay. So what's our options on
Don't
that?
lose my papers. Okay, so on April 28th is when we're doing the Crane Pond. So the soonest I can legally do it would be April 28th, and since it's a small watershed, we could probably throw it on there or go for the May 12th meeting.
So we would request April 28th because this project is trying to move forward quickly. And so the quicker we can get on the public hearing, the better, so we can ensure that, if you guys are gonna approve this, then this whole process can move forward.
With the Indiana Drainage Code,
The
they
106
can't receive it any more than,
Yeah, I got you.
you know.
Yeah, you got a time frame, yes.
Yep.
if we take, then let them abandon this. When we get the Long Branch, they're not gonna pay on it.
Yeah, they will. They
They're
still
still-
go into it.
They're still in the watershed.
They just won't pay on the winter's land and loan anymore.
And it's only $1.
They'll still pay on the Heimlich and they'll still pay on the Long Branch because they have to go through the Heimlich to get to the Long Branch. So they'll still be paying 2 taxes.
The rates that are on there are just.
Are they gonna cut, if we do abandon this, is there anybody gonna be affected?
Just no, there's no other watershed that comes through it. This is the Stevens, this area goes through the Stevens that you was talking that they
Yeah.
didn't maintain. This goes through the Fishbuck over here down towards Marbrook. And this is going through their drainage through Gas City into the Stevens.
Yeah. Well, they haven't maintained the Stevens.
No. We haven't done real good on the Long
So
Branch.
they're not,
We have not, we have
again,
not.
they're not requesting to take it over. So it's going to be, you know, the responsibility of that development to maintain that. And they're going to have to, you know, through the process of their development, maintain their water. So, I mean, in reality, it's going to make, I would say that the Legion's going to be better off because they're going to have a better way to maintain their water, because that water is going to have to go through and it's going to be accounted for as part of the development. So it'll be a positive for the area in general, from a water standpoint, for sure.
What?
And a development standpoint as well. I mean, it can bring us a substantial amount of jobs to the area, so.
What is, so Raymond, like when we, like in this deal here, when do you see the plans to make sure that, you know, like the Heimlich's not gonna get overloaded, or do you see them that day, or will you see them a couple weeks ahead of time, or?
You know, when they get them done, and when they
Are
want.
you talking about before the hearing?
Yeah, I mean, yes, because it, you know, I would be concerned that if I'd like to see Raymond see them before the hearing,
So he can review them.
so everybody can be tied in, make sure that everybody's tied in. I guess I just,
That's got the same area covered.
yeah, I just don't want to abandon it and then not have any teeth in it to be able to say, no, we're not going to do that. We want to make sure that it's, these people are taken care of, or that it's not going to overload the Heimlich, or, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can make sure that
So
there's not going to be a full set of plans per se, but we can develop some
Preliminary plans.
plans that give you an idea of what it's going to look like.
They don't have any way of coming to that conclusion.
I know they have a lot of trouble with the lead.
Are you the contact?
Well, they don't have a good outlet.
Yes,
You have a card.
Winters at the moment.
I tried to go
I
there.
should. No, I don't.
So we just need.
We just need a motion to have a public hearing.
Because you could just locate
And-
the pump, you know, and pump it to the city main. The city main out there ain't very deep.
Email.
So we just need a motion to,
I'll shoot you an email on my.
Up front, before the gates are.
I got your email.
Okay.
Chuck, so we ready to have a motion to just have a public hearing, and then, you know, because I'm assuming that if you don't have the plans by time to review them, you can always table the vote and move on. I make a motion that we have a public hearing to vacate the J. Winters
Loan company.
Land and Loan Company drain on April 28th. Second.
All in favor, signal by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hang on, Kendall.
Kenny, did you vote?
Gates on one of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Rudy.
Thank you, guys.
I just hope they do what they say.
Well, I think that's where Raymond's gotta have some time to review it and some time to look at it. I don't think it's fair to us or fair to Raymond.
Well, my analysis is limited as far as credentials. I mean, I can look at it and see what I think, but I'm not certified or qualified
Right.
to judge volumes of water flow. I'm not educated that deep. I can look at the sizes and give my opinion.
But you got enough common sense that it
Yeah.
don't look right.
You know, we're not gonna run a 4-inch into the road tying the Heimlich.
Okay.
All right, we're moving on to Little Newbie.
I had brought you the picture and the packet, or the little paper about it back a couple meetings ago. I'm not sure how long ago. We're having a conundrum of spending the money on a Back Creek because it only brings in 90-some thousand before it shuts off. But the little newbie desperately needs help on the south side of 22. It's got 3 feet of silt in it from 22 all the way down to close to 68th Street. I know you don't want to empty Back Creek's fund, but I didn't know if the board would be willing for me to send out letters to get it brushed from 68th Street to Meridian Street. At least then we get started on the project and we're not getting anything done with relieving the south side. I think the brush is gonna be just as expensive, if not more expensive than the digging part. But if we got 4,300 feet from Meridian to 68th Street, I'm guessing $43,000, somewhere in that range. And whether the board is willing to want to spend that much out of Back Creek's fund.
How much did we allow Fairmount
Yeah. For the, how much?
crew to do some work on Back Creek?
I talked to Bud Shelton. He was satisfied, or they were satisfied with the letter as far as diverting the EPA or whoever it was on them for cutting the trees and the maintenance. They're fine with waiting to get their project done before we let the letters out to do that. I can't see that being real expensive. It's
$1 would be approved.
10 grand maybe, would be my guess there. I mean,
$20 would be approved.
we do have more money could be spent on Back Creek, opening the north side of town. It's silted in some since it was dredged. Back Creek could always use money somewhere.
It was clean in 99, I think.
99 when it was.
Yeah.
25 years ago.
Yeah.
I just hate spending all Back Creek's money on a tributary.
It's the only tributary of Back Creek. The other tributaries that go into Back Creek are all tile and pay for themselves, stand on their own. This is the only tributary that the money for Back Creek is spent on besides Back Creek's main.
How much money's in that fund?
Back Creek, I don't have it at the moment. It's 90,
$106,059.06.
Where's it shut off at? Is that where it shuts off at?
shuts off at 90.
$90,862.20.
So it won't collect anymore until we spend it.
Till we spend it.
I thought we talked about this a couple meetings ago, and maybe it was one of the meetings you were gone, to where we talked about if we get through Fairmount and their money, and if there's still money left at the end of the year, dredging it and cleaning it and brushing it, and that way it would be low on money, but be collected then in 27 again.
But the maintenance that we wrote the letter for in Fairmount, I don't foresee that being over 15,000, I wouldn't think at the most.
Got no trees and stuff.
Right. We're not sure.
No, but it's a short distance and not that much brush.
Okay.
They're gonna cut a lot of the brush when they do the sewer work. We're basically just gonna have the bank and a little bit up on the flat to collect, and they said we could haul it down to their disposal place and burn it at their disposal. I haven't confirmed with them how far, but I think a mile would be about as far as it'd have to travel.
So refresh me, are we paying them for their work to clean the ditch, to clean the bank?
Fairmount?
Yeah,
No,
okay,
no, they're cutting that on their own,
okay.
and then
So I was thinking
that was
we're
gonna be
chipping in money
another
to,
added expense. An added expense, you thought it was gonna be on top of whatever the brushing would be.
uh-huh,
I don't think, I'm pretty sure it's not. I can call Bud and make sure of that.
okay.
No, we did just,
Just the banks,
yeah,
and they were doing the flat, but it
Yeah.
was under our maintenance.
yes.
Okay. So I think they're,
Now this 68th Street, is that out there by the, before you come to the railroad tracks there on 20? I'm thinking
on
different.
the west side of the railroad tracks that goes off towards Meridian Street. north of Sissel's trailer court on
Okay.
the east end. I did find the description of it further downstream from 68th Street. I still have not found a legal description for Little Newbie all the way to the river. I'm not sure that it is a legal drain all the way to the river.
Okay, so do we need to get quotes to do?
Yeah, that was that's what I would like to approach it with, brushing from 68th Street to Meridian to get it going. Spend some money out of the account so it's collecting again next year.
Yeah, I'd go ahead and get it wrote up how you want and have Mary send out the quotes. and
Okay. I don't know.
do
And we can do part of it or
Yeah.
none of it or
Right.
all of it.
Right. Once we see what fair.
Need a motion?
We need a motion.
I move that we send out quotes to brush and dredge the Little Newbie.
How about just brush? If we brush and dredge it, you're looking at probably,
Oh, you
Yeah.
just talk brush? Okay,
Yeah.
just brush then.
Then you can look at it.
To dredge.
yeah, if we could use the same contractor while they're there if we wanted to. Or you guys could. So just brush from 68 to Meridian, yes?
Yep.
And that, it's gonna take some because we have to go through part of the trailer court to do that. So some of that'll have to be hauled down to maybe up there 50,000 instead of the 43. Depends on who bids on it.
Right.
I mean, Chuck's noticed the variation in the bids greatly. I mean, from 30,000 one bidder to 15,000 on another.
I ain't just here, that's everywhere, boy. Every time I get a bid for something at the courts or anywhere, it's like, whoa.
Yep.
The variations are great. So,
Okay, we got a first, I got a second.
Second.
All in favor, signal by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Got you, Kenny. Motion carries. Gonna move on to other business. Before we move to the spray program discussion, you guys care if we move these meetings to 10 o'clock in the morning? Cause we're getting more busier and.
so we wrap them up before lunch?
Well,
Closer to lunch?
Yeah, because like the drain, now we got redevelopment uses it, and now we have also the, community corrections. So that way we won't run into each other and run over.
Not a problem.
We need a motion for that or anything?
No, I'll still try to make it.
Actually, probably be easier.
So do we need a motion or anything, Mary, for that? We do? So I need a motion to change the meeting time from 11 to 10 a.m.
I move that we change the meeting time for Grant County Drainage Board from 11 a.m., move it up to 10 a.m. starting
So you have a date, don't you?
next meeting.
Well, you've already sent some notices out.
Oh, yeah. Mary?
No, I've got them in an envelope.
Okay.
But no, there are some that's been sent out.
So we need to make it for what? When can we make it? 10 o'clock?
Our last hearing that we're scheduled for is, I believe, April 31st,
Well, 28.
28th, yeah. So it could be.
So it'll be May 1st.
May
You
1st.
sent notices out for it
Crane Pond's the only one I've got all done, but not.
as of May 1st.
As of May 1st.
Second.
Second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Got you, Kenny. Okay, now we'll move on to the spray program discussion. And that's, I think we found we got 59,000, is that correct, Mary?
Yes.
We still got 59,000 of ARPA money that's supposed to go.
Spray.
The ARPA fund,
Oh, we do?
yep, 59, go ahead and talk while I find it.
59,000 something that would.
We've used boys. Just we've used boys from Angola or somewhere up in there, of course.
But
We've
this is,
used them for 2 or 3, 4 years. They've done a good job.
well, this is just ARPA money we found. This is ARPA money that they found that we had for spraying that we need to pass along, put it back, put it on there to spray for different people and not just one, but kind of spread it out.
$59,592.30.
Or the spray program costs have been what, roughly 65,000 a year, somewhere in that neighborhood?
Yeah, this would go towards it though.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
which ones get it, which ones don't, but I-
So we just have to allot this money?
Yeah. All right, Mary, we just
We
have
have to
to,
use it by the end of the year.
we have to use it by the end of the year, so.
It expires this year.
So if we allot it to the spray program, it'll get
Yeah,
used by
yeah,
the end of
because
the
we
year.
already passed some spray, right, program?
we've been spraying numerous ditches for the last 5 years, something of that nature.
Well, no, I'm just saying, didn't we just pass some spraying, not like a meeting or two ago?
This is the spraying we did in 24.
So do we have a
Yeah, that's all.
program set up for this year? The spraying program?
I figure, or I was assuming or requesting, and Gordon has input usually on this. He's, when we first started it, we had talked about skipping the ditches every couple of years, and Gordon was like, for the 14 to 18, 19 cents it costs per foot, just spray them every year and keep it knocked down. So I didn't know if the board wanted to approach it the same as that this year. The ones that we've been spraying, continue to spray them. I have Hollis Daughtery that we've cleaned more of. I could add footage to it. I have Thompson Branch of Monroe that can be added to the Monroe ditch part. We have New Honey Creek that we just did this year that we could add to it. We have Baker Ditch that we just brushed and they sprayed it, but it wouldn't hurt to spray it again. They just 300-400 feet to add on to the Baker Ditch. If the board is okay with it, I would compile a list of these ditches and send them to right-of-way management and get an estimate from them for them to bring it to the board to present for you guys to approve to have him do it.
Yeah, just write it up and have Mary send it to right away and.
And then, what I was thinking on this with the right-of-way bill,
I won't see that.
They
like, let's
used
say 15, I could take that total amount, divide it by 15 and put that much on each and then pay the balance.
They used to come to Buster's and then couldn't do ours. We was second on the list. They always done a good job.
Yeah, the right-of-way starts in Madison County and then comes up through us and works their way all the way up into Michigan. So,
Something
So,
else.
we need a motion to appropriate that, put it in the spray fund.
or if you just want me to do it, I mean, word of mouth or
Yeah,
whichever.
probably.
So we probably need a motion to put this into the spray program, correct, Mary? Put this 59,000 into the spray program.
You need to put the $59,000,
Towards the spray
Towards
program.
the.
this money, yes,
Yes,
if you want to, yeah.
I thought it was pretty well already earmarked for, isn't that how we even got it?
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yes,
It had to be spoken for what it
Yeah.
was gonna be spent on before we could get it.
yes.
Yeah, so this
So-
way, I could divide it evenly amongst the ditches that we do spray, so nobody's like
Yeah,
getting.
yeah,
Getting it all.
So you need that motion?
yes.
So we need, I'll make a motion to earmark this $59,590.30 of ARPA money towards the spray program and authorize Raymond to send a letter out to get an estimate from right away management.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? I got
There's
you,
no
Kenny.
reason to send everybody a notice that we're gonna spray. Raymond, explain to Raymond that we don't need to send everybody a notice. We know who is gonna raise hell now before we spray.
We got that under control, Kenny. We got that under control.
Thank you.
Okay. I got another thing here about Raymond. They're waiting so they can get bids so they can start that tile work on Crane Pond to New York Avenue, east of Virginia. They gotta remove trees and stuff.
There's an easement between Virginia and New York Avenue
Yes.
for Crane Pond. Wendell had come to the board and gotten 50-foot easement on each side, and then the board revisited it with Doug, and it made it out to 75 foot. And then the board moved to have that done. We have one contractor that is a tree cutter. We have other contractors that do ditches. If you take the ditch contractors in there to cut trees, it's gonna be expensive. How do you guys,
I have several
And-
tree cutters.
I
I have a couple that do tree work.
got a list of registered contractors that only had one permit.
So what do you need?
My
I just need to do Wendell's letter.
My concern is the 4-foot diameter cottonwood tree that's 35 feet from the ditch that we're not taking out, but we're gonna take trees that are 50 to 75 feet out and leave a 35-foot big tree.
Oh, we are planning on taking that now?
That's,
I thought we,
a regular contractor is not gonna touch that tree. That's definitely gonna be a bucket truck and have to be cut down limb by limb.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, he's gotta get this started. We done give him the 75 feet, so he can go to that 75 feet. He just needs.
But we don't have enough money.
Yeah, but he just needs a letter from him, because he's taking care of it, right?
A letter to contractors to,
Mary, what's he need?
is that gonna,
I need, Wendell said he talked to you,
yes?
and then I emailed you a copy of the minute to show where the board discussed it, where,
The board's told Doug to get a quote, not me.
Mm-hmm.
That's right in that letter you gave me. It
Yeah.
says Doug. Richard requested Doug to
To
get
get quotes.
okay, Doug, I guess, you're gonna have to get quotes.
So,
And that was before you were on the board.
that's right, that was back in, I know, that was back, but we're ready to,
I would prefer if Richard and Doug would go out to the location and look at the cottonwood tree that's so close.
oh, we can do it.
Before we go cutting 25 feet out further than what that tree is. Because I think that tree is the one that caused the problem.
But are you opposed to taking that tree out, or are you?
No.
Like, what I've seen of it, it needs to come down.
Yeah, I don't think.
Sounds like it needs to
But
come
it-
down.
so-
Why can't I send out the letters for quotes?
Yeah, so are we ready to, I guess, are we ready to send out to, or have Mary send them quotes out?
If you want to get a price on taking that tree down.
Yeah, I
Because
would,
I think that one
Or
tree's
75
gonna
feet
cost
each.
more than the fine.
Yeah, 75 feet, yeah.
each direction,
So we
They
need a
can see what
motion.
it costs.
yeah.
We need a
No,
motion.
we already did that.
Okay,
We
Mary,
just need
Yeah, I
months
just
ago.
need, I just need the body of the letter so that I can send the letter
yeah,
out.
so you have to tell her what you
And then-
want, and then she'll
If
send
That's
it.
my problem. I don't know exactly what you gentlemen want. I mean, you want
Well,
if you want,
Wendell,
We want a
email
quote,
Wendell you and talk to you.
we want a
Wendell
quote
did.
for 150 foot
Feet,
through
yeah.
there, right?
75 feet from each,
all the way from
Yeah.
New York to Virginia.
A
Yeah,
quote, yeah.
quote, yeah.
He's coming.
Okay,
Starting from the
Yeah, it's
railroad
gonna
in
be
New
huge,
York
we know.
to
that includes that big tree.
Yeah.
Okay.
east to Virginia, yep,
so then we'll
I mean, is that,
Unfortunately, yeah.
yep.
is it okay then, since we are 3 weeks between meetings this month, to open the quotes, you know, like vote on the quotes, look at them, I mean, 31st?
Yeah, whenever you get them back. I mean, you have to,
This,
Go
when
to
did
that
you
one.
guys,
I have to go out there and establish the center line on the tile, and then I'll have to measure and determine where the 75 foot is before we send out letters, so that when the contractor gets a letter, they know what to look at. I can't just send them out there and go 75 each way, and they're like, how far is that?
yeah, I didn't know because you wouldn't answer my emails, I was trying to figure out what was going on.
yeah, but if you only got a couple too and they got questions, at least they can just call you.
Hmm?
You know what I'm saying?
Say for my list, there's only
Now
one.
I understand, because I didn't know you had to do that.
Okay. So you'll get that to her and we'll get that going. That's all I got. Anybody else got anything for the good of the order?
Good.
Motion?
I address, I'm sorry, I'd like to address the timing on the meeting. So you had, I know we had scheduled for the meeting on the 28th.
We aren't changing time till May 1st.
How's that?
We're not changing our time till May 1st.
Changing your time?
An hour earlier.
You're talking about your meeting date.
I'm just saying that for the public meeting that for the vacation of the ditch. It was my understanding that we needed 10 days to get the public notice in the mail. Is that correct?
The landowners need to receive it no sooner than 45 days before the hearing, and then
45 days.
30 before the hearing. 10 days before the hearing, it has to be advertised in the paper.
Okay, so it's 45, 30, and then 10.
Yeah, so between 45 and 30, the landowner should receive the notice of the
Gotcha.
hearing
Okay,
and the notice to vacate.
okay,
And then 10 days before the hearing is when the legal ad would be in the paper.
okay. I just wanted to clarify that. Thank you.
Thanks, Rudy.
Anything else?
Chuck, will you take public comment? There's a couple people here.
Yeah, go ahead. Come right on up. Just give us your name and your address just for the record.
Okay. My name is Sarah Costello. I live at 4326 Starkey Drive. So I'm in Heritage Village. I'm actually the new president of the HOA. So I just want to come here and see what this is all about. Because I know you guys are well aware of the issues going on with the pond and just been some stuff going on. So I just wanted to come and
Are you on the Lomax? I'm behind Meyer.
Yes.
So you
Yes.
okay.
So
Down
I
behind mine.
also wanted to address Kenny's comment and ask about the notifications because I disagree with Kenny. I think it's very important that residents get notified of spraying if that's what he's talking about because there's dogs, kids play outside,
Yeah.
everything, and people are very concerned about what the chemicals are. And I think Mary, you had the labels that we were requesting for our residents. So I just wanted to follow back up on that too, because again, I've been contacted by people in the HOA. People are very concerned about it, and I'm not here to cause problems or anything. I'm just here to again introduce myself and let you know that
Is Doug Tippy not doing it anymore?
Bob, you took Bob's.
I took Bob's spot. He's still on the board, but I'm
You couldn't
now
take
the
the heat no
president.
more, could he?
Do what?
You couldn't take the heat no more, could he?
I don't know. So anyway, I just wanted to come on here and again ask about the spray specifically.
Well, no. What she meant by it was in order to send that out to everyone. So what we do is we send it to the ones that we know are concerned, and if anybody has concerns or somebody knows, they can contact us and we
Okay,
can let
so they
them know.
will get notified if they live on the ponds. They will get a
Yes, yeah,
notice. Like how
This is totally different.
is this different?
The way we
Okay.
did it before is I would let Bob Tippy know when the
Yeah.
contractor was gonna be out there.
That's what I was getting ready to say. We
Yeah,
let
that's
you
totally-
know.
But I didn't know
let
what's
you
the legal right for the residents that live on the pond, because HOA is I don't live on the pond, so really it's not my
Well,
I don't need notification,
the
but
way
everyone
they've
else
always
in the
done it
pond.
since I've been here is they send it to you and then you get it to the rest of the people.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
the responsibility of the HOA to notify the residents that
Yes.
live in said community of any
Okay.
HOA in Marion. Not just- but yeah,
Okay. So who does that specifically go to?
you,
That you.
That'll go to me now?
Yeah.
So will you guys change that on the record?
I'll need your
Okay.
information.
Because I just want to make sure, and what's how many days in advance do we get notified of that?
I think
It would probably be like a month window
Okay,
or the year between a certain
I'm
dates.
here is my email address.
okay,
If you will email something to me, so I'll give you my file.
okay, yeah, I can
And
do
then
that.
Yeah.
when the contractor will notify me, and he states that
Raymond,
within a certain date,
you need to add the Lomax
he
to the
intends
spray
to spray,
professional.
then I would notify you. Your
Get them off of
responsibility to get the letter.
And then you're gonna send that
I thought, yeah.
then? I need it.
Well, now
Since we have the money,
Which-
Anything we're requesting?
Since we got the money, go ahead and put
Spray
that on there.
labels?
I had sent it to her
Get them
a
off
few
of
months
it. That's a
ago.
professional spray.
Kelly.
Well, it was
She didn't get it.
window.
Or she, not everybody was requesting
right,
on
to
it.
get them off of
Is
it,
there a way
they
you
don't
can send
do
it to
it
me?
anymore.
Yeah, I'm totally.
Just to cover their,
Everybody?
I think we should cover hoping by notifying the property owners,
but when you make your list, add the Lomax
Yeah, but
to
when
it.
you're trying to notify 600
Okay,
people or
anyway, thank you
something,
very much.
Yes, we have.
Wouldn't be that many.
if somebody has a problem, they should come.
But you don't want to wait till they have a problem because their kid gets burnt from the
Yes.
chemicals.
But here's also the thing. That means every time you spray, you know how many houses you're going to spray. I'm saying if somebody has a kid with something wrong with them or something, they would notify us just like them people did. And then whoever has, then we can let them know when they got to spray.
I bet we gotta notify them. By law.
We notify Little Crane Pond every year.
And I think we've notified them out there.
I don't think it would have to be every year. If we're gonna spray these same ditches every year, every 3 years, or every 5th year.
I'm not-
Mary, talk to Kyle about that.
Yeah.
See what he says.
On the notification.
My name's Molly Early. I'm at 1717 Summerfield Drive. It is my understanding when it comes to spraying, because I dealt a lot with this and helped Bob last year with the Lomax. as long as those residents who are directly on the spray area have their window, then in that letter that you would send to like an HOA president, you can put your window of time spraying and then a phone number for them to call to get more specifics of when directly that would be sprayed at their
Sounds
home.
legitimate.
Yeah. So that's how it was handled the last couple of years, at least over around Heritage. I don't know how the rest of the county handled it because I think we're like one of 2 HOAs in the county, but.
So appreciate that. Anything else?
Never bought that, so.
He's just hanging out.
I was just advocating for the young lady that she had a question on whether or not you were gonna take public comment.
Thank you. Got a motion to adjourn?
Move adjourned.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Meeting. Got you, Kenny.
But did you understand what I meant, Raymond, to add Lomax on
Yes,
to get the liability away from cases?
yes, totally. You might consider that with Little Creek on too.
Huh?
Hey,
You
Mayor.
might consider that with Little.
Yeah.